that, well, it's not about Adobe Illustrator, it's about printing to a digital printer for your film output. I'm using an Epson 1430, and to me it's kind of an archaic system here, printing to film now after I've experienced using direct to screen. And so eventually we want to get rid of that and go direct to screen, whether we get an iMage or a wax machine or a laser to screen, whatever the owner will allow me to get. And but currently using this, now that I've been exposed to printing to film on using what they had here. They originally printed using the actual colors of CMYK ink cartridges in the cartridges, and not using all black system. And so they were printing with one color black cartridge basically, and none of it was coming out of the CMYK cartridges. And that is the key to why I'm showing you this video. The difference is, I never noticed that if you're using an all black system, you have to set your artwork up differently. So here's how I normally set up the artwork, and this is how I had been telling people in the past. Well, I didn't realize, when I'm telling you people this is the way that you should do this, that I didn't realize that you had to use who were using the all black system, and for more efficient cost reasons, of course, it's better for you. That then requires you to separate your artwork out in a different manner. So for example, you might break your separations out and maximize the use of your film space, and grab these, and then grab all the red and then your registration marks, and you drag it over a copy, and then you would select this, and then change it to a solid black, and then print it out that way. Here, what I have been doing for years and years, even when printing to laser printers, that's going way back, but even when printing on laser printers, we would stack the artwork. Didn't matter if we had multiple layers. We can keep everything all built into just one layer, stack it over top of each other, and then utilize the features of window, or the separation preview, which I already have set up. For that, the color mode needs to be CMYK. I'll show you why in a second. In separation preview, you need to check that, and then it only works in CMYK, and then because it previews with a color over top of each other, multiplying with each other, kind of like the multiply feature when you're trying to do special effects and stuff in your artwork. So it kind of makes use of the multiply. So for that reason, like solid white doesn't multiply because there's nothing in it. Solid black doesn't multiply because when you multiply black on a color, it just becomes black. But what you see here, I have my registration built in. You can see all that. And so it was just efficient. I can use color separation preview, make sure that all my colors were printing. Like this is my base white with a white process white outline on it, and then I have my red overprinting that. As you see, it butts up, and where it's multiplying, where it's printing over top of my blue white, I colored my white blue so that I can actually see the effects of multiply. And then when you multiply this blue over top of red, you get more of a darker red or a brownish color kind of look. And then where it's printing with no white underneath of it, and it's going straight to shirt color, there's a little bit of a gap there. And I guess what you would call gutter, and on just the base, for example. And then when you print that red, it's printing clear up to the edge here, and that's my choke or my registration shift. That is 0.5 for me. I've seen some shops, just like last week I had a customer that used 1.5 as a choke from the center out, which is way too much in my opinion, but maybe they had a manual press that had a lot of play in it. But I use 0.5. And then, so if I uncheck the separation preview, you can see my stacked artwork and all my colors. And when I hit print, and my document's already set up, I'm going to my printer, that's all fine. But when I go to output, I would used to have to click on composite and then drag down to, under my separation output mode, drag down to separation host, and then it activates my spot colors, my individual colors. Then I just hit print, and all my colors would print all at one, following one after the other. And so all I had to do is make sure I loaded the film. And so I didn't have to sit there and print each color individually. So it's quicker that way. It's a nicer setup in my opinion. Here, using the all black system in your AccurRip, under edit configuration, you can click on all black, printing and utilizing all the CMYK ink cartridges, and therefore you don't run out as quickly like you do if you're just using the one black cartridge. And I know a lot of you guys that have been printing with the all black system, you're thinking, well, why would you ever just use one cartridge? Well, that's what they did here, and they didn't know, so I'm switching over. But so in this case, you would then have to, I'm going to lock my top layer. You would have to have, you can still have everything stacked, but this is how you all would normally do this, is like you would select same fill color and then change it to registration black or a spot black that had really high content of CMYK, and print that out. Because that content of CMYK determines how much of your cyan, your magenta, and your yellow that you're actually using. Everybody knows, when I was printing in the past, it was only using the black percentage, so I'd have that up to 100%, and this down to 0. It really didn't matter to me because black was black, but on screen I also like to use a rich black in my spot colors, so I would still have them at 75 or 75, something like that. So that is important, and it doesn't matter whether it's spot color or CMYK at this point when you're printing using the all black, because you are essentially printing and utilizing the CMYK cartridges. So you change that to your base white, change it to solid black, and come up and change your red, select all your red, and change that to solid black, and so on and so on. You all know this, but I didn't, and so there might be some other people out there that don't know this also. I'm going to make sure that I use the same black there, and then my registration marks and my job information, and I print all that out on the film. So in order to do this, now you have to hide all of the other channels and print each one out individually, which is more tedious than what I'm accustomed to, but that's how we do it if I want to save it on ink. So type in P, and now I'm going to utilize the composite and not the individual separations. and then I would hit print, and that would come out, and then I would move on to my next one, print out the red, and so on, print out the black. Actually, I would have my registration marks turned on and going through each one of these. And I have a copy of my type up there to make sure that I know what color's what when it's printing out the film. And that's that. So it's a different beast, and I didn't realize that. I used to think, well, why do people keep breaking their separations up when they can just stack them like I've done up here? This is more efficient, to do it this way. It's quicker. You just you stack it up. You see how it's going to print with the color print preview option on there, and making sure that you got all your registration on there. But you can't do that when you're doing it this way with black on everything. It just, the multiply. See, I'm previewing all of these colors together, and it's not showing me what I need to do with the separation preview. So those who had printed film in the past using the all black system and started that way, you don't know any other method. So this is confusing when, I've always wondered why people separate in so many different ways. And this is one of the reasons. So the end result, it might be your device and how you have to print films out as to how you need to receive separations. So that's enlightening for me, and I hope it's enlightening for you as well. Thank you.